But what's in the air? Let's face that. We're talking about air quality. I just wanted to give you the background of like why it's important and why we should know that there is something going on, but not to, clutch at things and exaggerate it. And there is a proper way to look at this. First of all, I want to do a little prayer for you. Because even though I'm scientific and I try to be level headed and logical, rational, all that, I am that. But at times I have to call on the beyond. And I have to acknowledge the spirit that's within. Can't be seen, can't really talk that much about it. But I'm going to pray and make an invocation. I'm going to affirm all the things that I'm thankful for, what I know I'm dependent on. I'm going to be humble. Okay? Just a moment. I'm praying now on the air, and that will be good. I ask for that blessing. And then I seal it. I seal it off and I acknowledge it. I give confidence to it and faith that it will be received and answered, saying either Amen, so be it, that's the way it is. Thanks for your patience with that prayer. By the way, you could pray along with me. And also, that was non-denominational. It wasn't invoking any particular religion. So maybe it's okay for atheists, maybe not. Some hardcore atheists, I don't think they can handle what I just did. Air quality, if we understand what it is, leads us to the acknowledgement of how we need fresh, clean air. Feel that? We're always breathing. Breathing is more constant and more important than drinking. It's more important than eating. Air is not free. It's not to be taken for granted. But look at everything on the lower point of view and go back up to air. We've got land and our homes, and they're so polluted. I mean, I just want you to admit to that. I don't want you to jump up and start cleaning your space and, going haywire and paranoid. It's gotten like that over time. I'm talking about your homes. I'm talking about your apartment. I'm talking about if you live in a van or if you live in wherever, in the homeless shelter. These places accumulate pollution, which, might be good. It's better than releasing it out into the atmosphere. Just contain it inside of these boxes. But there's all kinds of things. People have all kinds of things. You have an air filter, you have water filters. But look at your food. We're not normal anymore. People don't know what they should eat. What we call food is, a far cry from what we should be doing. I would love to take all of you and give you an example, give you an experience. But you need to come to me to get that. The only thing you have right now is a video. And you're thinking, who's this guy sitting in his house? And he does the Peter-Appleseed channel. He shows you like some trees and chickens and stuff like that. I harvest my own food when I can. It's not in a box. It's not like in some, or it's not in that multicolored box. Like this. It's not something like, it's a big smiley face, a big slogan, how great it is. Fortified. Preserved. It's the best. It's tasty. I don't need that. I don't need the commercial advertisement to know that I need to eat something good. I actually get something, it's got no packaging. How many of you live like that? How many of you have ever done that? And if not, I want you to know how sorry I feel that it's come to this. We really have lost our way. And I mean that. I want to convince you of that. I want to wake you up to that fact. Unless we reconnect and get back to basics with the food, we're not going to survive. Everything's going to come down. If things were to collapse, just to touch on the economy and the fears and the predictions that people are making, if they shut it down, there will be a rush on supermarkets to gather up whatever they can to add to your supply, to your prepper supply, and then it will run out. The supply chain, the deliveries, all that's going to shut down. They're going to shut down the petroleum, the gas pumps. People won't be able to drive anywhere. Things can't be delivered. Food can't be there. They'll shut down the electric. So you'll only have what you have at your ready, in your supply, wherever you're stashing it. Protect it with your dear life. It's not normal anymore, people. The only reason why we're probably going to go through hell and struggle is because we've gotten so far from what's normal and natural. Food quality is wonderful and amazing when you get it yourself, directly, without packaging. I've said enough on that. Let's talk about water quality just for a moment. And I've done entire videos about water. I want to remind you that in almost all places where there are cities and towns and highways, shopping plazas, all of these areas, and need I mention factories? They're the main concentration of the damage to water and air. Everything's become contaminated. They've spread it out. Yes, what are these things? And here's another thing where I hear is these lame, like totally erroneous, justification, or I don't know what it is. It's just like stupidity. Please don't come here with a comment to talk to me like this, where you're gonna say, where someone would say, oh, it's okay, all these things are organic, their chemistry is organic, it's all organic. They're not talking about food certified organic. They're talking about it's organic, it comes from the earth, therefore it doesn't matter, it was here already. No, no. We as humans, using industry and technology, what we're doing is taking substance and we are changing it. We are changing things from their natural inert form. We are changing all kinds of substances, trying to do something with it. It's called industry, business. They want to sell something. So they dig it out of the ground, they scrape it up, whatever they're doing with it. And they tamper with it. They change it. This is what's going on. All the specialists are like, yeah, so what? You just said something in general. No. You're specifically all doing the same thing. It all boils down to the same thing. You're tampering with it. You're changing it willy-nilly just because you think you're so smart. You know how to change it into dust and recombine it. Well, guess what? All of those things have a negative effect. Everything produces waste. You either generate heat, steam that's contaminated, you generate solid waste, it has to be disposed of. They are toxic byproducts. How much of it has gotten into the water? fracking is the new focus of people that don't want the water to be ruined. As soon as they do fracking in an area, like it's a guarantee that the entire aquifer, that means everybody's wells, are going to be ruined. They have demonstrated when you turn on the tap water where it's flowing out of your well, coming directly from the aquifer, the water that was wonderful for your grandparents to drink and have great healthy lives with pure air and pure water, you will turn on the tap after fracking and you will be able to light it or strike a match. I don't believe in lighters because there's another problem. Matches are more minimally polluting. Strike a match, touch it to the water, and it will light on fire. It's really not something that you want to be drinking. Don't compromise. It's only going to lead to your death. Have you been in the hospital? I feel very sorry for you. I can't visit all of you. I've already tried that. I've tried being in hospitals. It's never very good. I don't want to depend on it. I don't want to end up there. But if you are ending up there, or your loved ones are ending up there, wake up to the fact that it's not normal. We cannot live this way where this is happening. I'm telling you why it's happening. It's what the industry and what human activity have done to the quality of the food, the quality of the water, the quality of the air. Now let's get to the air. Let's finish off with the air. Because it's the last thing that's not really directly for sale. They're already selling us water for the past 20, 25 years. Who hasn't bought water? I think that 99.9% of the people who ever watch this, or everyone that you know, widen the circle of the network here, you have all purchased water. You either purchase all of your water now, or some of it when you want something really good, something cold, or maybe you get the carbonated one, whatever the case. Write to me here if you can dispute that. Say, no, I never bought water and I never will. You know what? I'll be really thankful for you if you've done that and you can stay healthy. You must be in Shangri-La or somewhere. I don't know where you are. Are you inside the earth? Go through the North Pole and you're down in there where it's pure? I don't know. How much money have we spent on water? Water. Do you realize that our parents and our grandparents for sure could never conceive of paying for water? RT on Breaking the Set, Abby, I forget her last name, Abby did an expose on Nestle. Just look that up if you want some more in-depth investigation on that. He was really specialized in it and attacks Nestle, rightly so. And I told her that. I made a comment. She never comments back, but you know how they are, these bigwigs. So Nestle is guilty. They're controlling the supply of water. They don't let anyone else get to it, and they just bottle it up. They've got all the industry set up. They bottle it up. They bottle up. Something that they get for fractions of a penny, they'll sell to you for $1. Do you understand the markup? Do you understand the profit margin? Do you understand the percentage? It's in the hundreds of percent. They have made something so criminal become completely lucrative so they can live in the lap of luxury at our expense. Not the expense only of our pocketbooks and our wallets, the expense of our lives. Because even that water is not good. They're not filtering it. They're just making sure it's not that cloudy or anything. It looks pretty good. Tastes kind of good. But do you know something? I can taste the difference. When I drink the water, I taste plastic. Folks, if you don't know what plastic tastes like, it's because you've been tasting it in your food and your water for too long, and you've gotten used to it. You think that's a normal taste. It's not. The inside of our bodies, our organs and our glands are getting coated with plastic that our bodies really don't know what to do with. And again, let's go back to that little excuse of the people that I'm so fucking annoyed at. Oh, we'll adapt. We're going to evolve. You know, we can eat plastic. It's called evolution. Listen, microbes maybe can do it, but they've already shown that these type of things will grow around the vents that shoot out the petroleum on a natural basis, at a natural rate, underneath the sea. You know, these things have evolved for millions, maybe billions of years. That's what they probably come out of it. They probably came into being at the same time the petroleum did, and have always existed that way. Humans have nothing to do with these microbes that somehow can be compatible with petroleum. Humans are different. We're complex, and therefore we're more sensitive. I'm not saying we're completely sensitive. You know, we have to have an immune system, and occasionally it's been challenged, and that's when you get sick. But guess what? We can't just say we're going to go around eating plastic. We're not androids. Actually, I want to say that I have some doubt about a few of the politicians, but we're not really androids. We're not plastic bodies. Only plastic in the virtual figurative sense. Plastic. I am plastic because my spirit is the real body. You know, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about petroleum byproducts. Things that make plastic. Here, let me show you. This, here, wow. You know, everything. Whoa.